our Department of Public Safety Academy, Recruit Matthew Raes.
When you think of a state trooper, a common picture comes to mind. A rigid officer standing at the window. The brown, smoky bear hat crowning a stone set of eyes. A few questions are asked, and then a piece of paper is handed your way, indicating either a merciful warning or a dreaded fine. This is how many see a trooper. But that's not really what troopers do. It has been said that the greatest thing one can do in life is to do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly. And that's what troopers do. Law enforcement truly is an honorable profession, one marked by certain values that cut across cultural divides and life experiences. Learning those values isn't easy. Some are raised in a home that instills a sense of duty, honor, and protecting the innocent. Others learn values through trial and error, spreading their wings and stepping out into the world. And yet others walk through life, never learning, understanding, and sadly, never living out the values that make a nation, state, and culture great. But what makes a trooper? What defines a trooper in comparison to any other person? Nothing, really. I wish I could say that the men before you today are perfect. They certainly are not. I wish I could say that these men don't make mistakes. But they do. And they made plenty of them in the last 21 weeks. What defines the 9 of us, and all members of the Department of Public Safety, is a commitment to a core set of values and a strong sense of duty, to protect, and to serve. In the past 21 weeks, we have learned to live according to certain values. These values include integrity, courage, compassion, honesty, respect, and fairness. These values will serve as a compass, guiding us not only through our careers, but through our lives. Courage is control under adversity or fear and the ability to do what is right. Not many people go to work each day and wear a bulletproof vest. It takes guts to risk life and limb to protect the public. During our academy, we had to display courage. The mere act of showing up each Monday is a testament to our courage. Giving up our freedom isn't the most enjoyable thing in the world. It took courage for Ian Cornwell to wear a big red watch on day 1. And it took courage for Dylan Bolsher to put one foot in front of the other during a close order drill. It took courage for Austin Farmer to hide the pain face he had in the first week. And it took courage when I left home at the age of 12 to start this academy. Each man before you today has displayed personal courage, because that's what troopers do. Compassion is a value inherent to understanding or sympathy for victims or another's suffering. A trooper sees people at their worst, and compassion is essential to knowing how to sympathize with those who are faced with the ugliest realities of life. Over the past 21 weeks, many of us have felt like victims, but the drone instructors showed compassion on us. One week, they allowed some of us to wear headlamps so we could see the groundwork better in our early morning runs. And every Friday, they actually let us leave. And maybe, just maybe, they will dismiss us in about 30 minutes to rejoin society. Each man before you today shows compassion, because that's what troopers do. Honesty means being trustworthy and sincere in accordance with experience and facts. Lying, cheating, stealing, or the appearance of impropriety are unacceptable to the profession of law enforcement. Constantly questioned by the academy staff, we quickly learned that honesty would make or break our training experience. Each man before you today is honest, because that's what troopers do. Respect is a value that denotes national pride and a high regard Constitution and authority of office. Every morning and evening, we raise and lower the flag. This was a constant reminder of tradition of honesty, of honor and legacy of valor that flows through the veins of every American. Commissioner Ryan made sure that each one of us understood the gravity of testifying in court and maintaining our integrity and respect for the legal system in this state and in this country. Each man before you today has respect, because that's what troopers do. Fairness is a value characterized by freedom from prejudice or favoritism. Enforcing the law equally across the board is important to maintain the integrity of the badge we wear and the society we serve. Everyone deserves equal opportunity to live the American dream. Each man before you today values fairness, because that's what troopers do. Integrity is uprightness of character, soundness and moral principle, absolute truthfulness and honesty. There was a time in this country when a handshake meant something. It used to be that when a man gave you his word, you could take it to the bank. No doubt you all know about the budget deficit in Washington. But the greatest deficit in our nation today is a trust deficit. Society has a trust issue, and rightly so. It seems that those we idolize fall far from grace. The integrity of those we look up to is constantly under the microscope. Young boys and girls look for someone to believe in, someone to trust. The hiring process and academy experience help verify the integrity of each graduate here today. But now, the hard part begins. When we take the oath, we pledge our integrity to the state and to the people of Iowa for the rest of our lives. But we're up to the task, because that's what troopers do. Our Declaration of Independence clearly states that we are endowed by our Creator with certain rights, and that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Being a law enforcement officer is not about enforcing codes and ordinances. It's about protecting innocent men, women, and children against the schemes and evil intentions of those that would take away their life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It has been said that there is no greater love than this, that a man should lay down his life for his friend. How much more love does it take for a man to lay down his life for total strangers? The men here before you today are about to embark on a life of service. But these men are not only serving their loved ones, their friends, and their communities. They are serving the people of this great state. Each one of us wakes up with a special blessing. We live in the greatest country in the world, in the entire history of the world. No nation has done more good. No nation has done more for the poor and oppressed. No nation has secured the rights of her citizens like the United States of America. But we cannot take that greatness for granted. As Ronald Reagan said, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. This generation, these men here before you, are committed to securing the rights, the freedoms, and the liberties that make this country great.